All right, guys, another episode of Shellonomics. We're doing something a little different today. For those who have joined us in the past on Shellonomics, we have had a couple of cool episodes, a top 10 video games, top 10 cartoon episodes. Today we're going down the toy route. If you guys haven't seen our post on our Instagram, finally we have gotten into the Neca toys here. And there's 10 things I'd like to see in my lifetime come out, and hopefully maybe Neca will hear this. And also, guys, we've got our good friend TMNT Dare Talk Christian with us. So Christian, do you own any of these Neca toys, and what was your first reaction when you saw these toys? I've only been out for a while. I'm curious on your reaction.
Yeah, actually, I'm a really big fan of Neca toys. I have some of like the movie turtles, and they're amazing. They're great. I would really love to have more of them, but yeah, I guess the problem. It's always money and place. I need more money. I need more place for them. But every time I see like something new coming out, like this look great. Like Neca, they really deliver. I'm a fan of their stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, same here. So I first saw these guys. My friend sent me a text like, Mike, these toys look awesome. And it was like those 2-packs. Remember the old ones? It was like, Leonardo and I think it was Shredder and Donatello and Krang. And I think the other two are like Mike and Raph and Foot Soldiers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, these look amazing. Look at the detail. Look at the articulation. Look at the accessories. And I'm like, I just don't have the budget. And like you said, I'm a big fan of Pokemon. Me and you are good friends on Pokemon Go now, and it's like, if I get one, I know I'm going to need them all. So I kept them on the wayside for a long time. Finally, the first ones I bought was the, do you remember I call them the gangster, like the 4 turtles, like with the jackets, and it's from like that second episode of the original cartoon where they got the sunglasses and like the cool jackets.
Oh, yeah. They're great.
Those, I'm like, all right, I just need one. I'm just going to buy that and I'll be fine. I'm like, all right, it's cool. Like, they don't have weapons. They have a couple other accessories. They get a skateboard. I'm like, these are great. And then I finally joined the Neca website and they're like, oh, hey, this is coming out. You don't have the movie one. So why don't you get this movie one that's pre-ordered with the Ghost Splinter? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, all right, just one more. Okay. And then a month later, hey, look at this. Get the accessories because, as you know, you and TMNT Dare Talk have talked about this episode. It's the one like Back to the Egg and Turtles and Babysitting where the turtles are small. $60 in American dollars. You can get all the baby turtles. You can get Mac. You can get all this other cool stuff. You can get the helmet in case you buy a Rocksteady down the road. You can get an additional Baxter Stockman helmet head. I'm like, oh, all right, I'm in. So I've been slowly but surely looking, and if you guys listen to our other episodes here, we had a cool turtle toy collector, and I asked him, Christian, I said, what advice would you give to those who are just looking to get into toys? And he said, Mike, it's hard to say, but I would say don't. And I'm like, really? He goes, well, just because of the cost alone. And a lot of these toys, again, you're my age pretty much, Christian. Remember Beanie Babies? Remember how expensive those were?
Oh God, yeah. Insane.
And then when they get retired, and he's like, you got to factor in shipping. So unless you get lucky, and you find somebody who's local and who's willing to work with you on a bulk deal, it's like, don't even bother. So lo and behold, we're on eBay. I see somebody in my state. I write them and say, hey, by any chance, do you have more? And like, as a matter of fact, I do. I'm looking to let go of my collection. I just would like to give it to a turtle fan. I'm very, open to, prices. So last week, as you saw in our Instagram post, Christian, we have everything I almost want, and they were all new. And I guess the question for you is, do you set these guys free, or do you keep them in the box?
Mostly I set them free. The new stuff I buy, I take them out of the box. I want to post them. I want to show them off. If it's like older stuff, I keep some of them in the box, but most of the stuff I want to take out. I want to play around with it. I want to post them. I want to show them off. I think that's what they are for, because I'm not buying this to like make some money later with them or anything. I'm never gonna sell them. I mean, if I have to, I will, but it will be one of the last things I'm gonna sell. So I will. These are mine. I'm not giving them away. I want to play with them. I want to show them, and that's the reason why I'm taking most of the stuff that I'm buying. I'm taking most of the stuff out of the box to, yeah, to look, just look at them, like the details and stuff. That's what they are for, in my opinion.
Same here, and to just appreciate all these accessories. I mean, I just bought the not the Brewers Club shredder. You get a Shredderville dollar. I mean, it's just like all this cool stuff that we never had as kids. I mean, these are just truly a blessing to have, and for, I guess, collectors like yourself and me, this is almost our second chance, because a lot of toys in our childhood, we've did a whole series of podcasts with our friend Josh, and a lot of those toys, we don't really have those complete anymore. You're missing your nunchucks or the extra throwing stars.
Yeah.
And now you can buy these toys and you get everything. So it's definitely a second chance, and they are expensive. I understand that. I hear where people are coming from, but to me, they are so worth it. I mean, and especially since you set them free, you get that cool little cardboard too. Have you kept those? I love that little extra like bonus you get, like the artwork where it's like just a photograph of the Technodrome or a sewer. I mean, isn't that cool too? The little bonuses you get.
Yeah, absolutely. If we're talking about the Neca stuff,
Yeah.
as you said, there's so much stuff in there. There's so much, like some really deep cuts, like things that only appeared in like one episode, and they have it. They really know what they're doing. As I said, it's amazing, and you really get the feeling that there are fans behind this. They're like, I don't know if they're rewatching all the series or anything. So like, oh, that's a cool little nitpick there. Let's put it on the toy or anything. Just the accessories. There's so much good stuff, and I'm always amazed how much they make a deep cut. Like, as I said, like there's just one scene in it, and they like, yep, it's an accessory for this action figure. Like, it's always fantastic to see this stuff. I love it.
I'm with you all the way, my friend. And that's where we start our episode today. Me and Christian each have our own top 10 of some NECA most wanted toys, whether it's something from the cartoon, the movie, the comics. And I'll start it off because I did have one honorable mention that we talked on before we went live. And these are toys that I actually want because I would actually put money towards them. This is not just let's make NECA. No, if NECA makes this, I will gladly purchase them. So one I had on my list as we talked to, I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a Chief Stearns action figure. He's been a part of both, movies, Turtles 1 and Turtles 2. Very small role in Secret of the Ooze, but I think it'd be cool to have one because, again, there's just so many figures that they have in the movieverse already. You have Danny, Kino, Foot Soldiers. Why not have a police officer? So do you have anyone that couldn't make your top 10, but like an honorable mention just off the top of your head?
What did I think of? One that I'm gonna talk about, but one character I've just thought of is like, we didn't yet get anything from the Red Sky seasons. So why is there no like a Carter, a Carter, or remember Medusa? I always
Yeah.
liked her design. She would be pretty cool, I think. Just some stuff, or hey, from the last season, the big giant mutated Leonardo. Just imagine that as an action figure. How cool would that be?
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, just some Red Sky season stuff. I think that would be really really cool. It's still missing. It's still missing. NECA, hear us. You're
Yep.
still missing out on the Red Sky seasons.
Especially with their, can you imagine just the artwork for those? It'll go a different little, maybe instead of like the bright yellow and green, you got like a darker, like reddish kind of, like for the Red Sky on the box art. You got me sold on there. That's a little bit of a spoiler on my list, my friend. All right. So what do you have coming in at number 10?
Number 10. Let's start not with one action figure, but with a 5-pack of action figures, in my opinion. That's still missing. We got a lot of stuff from the classic comics, but some that are still missing are the Justice Force. As you remember, the team of superheroes, We could like get a 5-pack of action figures there with Stainless Steel Steve, Metalhead, Sibyllad, Joe Elastic, and Dr. Dome. Just a 5-pack of this, like a throwback to them. This classic superheroes in the TMNT universe. They're still missing. As I said, we got a lot of stuff from the Mirage comics from Neca, but these guys, they are still missing, and they were like in issue 15 of the classic comic run, and I really would love to see them in action figure form. That would be really cool.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. That would be an amazing 5-pack right there. So for me at number 10, guy who's only in one episode, but he's been appearing in a lot of Saturday morning adventures, and I know those two kind of go hand in hand. Mr. Og. I think he would be really cool. He was featured on the Portal. If you haven't seen that one yet, the like portable portal pack, he's on there. I think he would be a great figure. There's so many little pieces you could throw with him. You could throw in like when he turns all those buildings into ice cream. Of course, the porcelain because he loves his porcelain. And as a little bonus, you like they did the Mondo Gecko one. You got Kerma. I'd like to see a little bit of the Baxter's friend. I forget his name. The computer. Did he have a name?
Set. Yeah.
Yes. I'd like. My brother was looking at my collection this weekend, and he goes, "Didn't that computer have a body?" I'm like, "You are correct. He did in one episode." So I would like to see Mr. Og for me at number 10. So what do you got coming in at number 9?
Number 9. On this one, I have a 2-pack, and that's a little a tricky one because I want a 2-pack of Shredder. 2 Shredders, and but from the same universe. Does this make sense? It makes sense because I want a 2-pack of the 2014 Shredder and the 2016 from the Michael Bay movies because they just look so different, and just like a 2-pack, like in the first with the giant like Transformer style Shredder, and then the smaller Shredder from the second movie from Out of the Shadows, a 2-pack of those 2 characters, like. It would be like an evolution, like the 2 Shredders between them. I think that would be really fun. Just like a little, you get 2 Shredders for the price of 1. I think that would be cool. That would be really funny.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think that would be a wonderful, wonderful idea. For me at number 9, we've already got 2 of these guys in regards to Easter Bunny suits. Why not have Hokum Hair be a figure? I think he would be a really cool figure. Again, we never got him as a kid. He could have his Easter baskets. I think he'd be a really cool, fun figure. So I want to make sure we get him somewhere. But I really enjoy that 2-pack Shredder. I think that would be actually a great idea because I don't think NECA has any Michael Bay figures yet. So why not? They have the original movies. I'm with you on that one. How about number 8?
Yeah. By the way, Hokum is a great addition to. I wonder why they didn't make one yet. He even appeared in 2 episodes. So hey, that would be still missing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. On number 8, get ready for a little pun here because on number 8 I have nobody, and I mean nobody the character.
Oh yes, that would be awesome.
And he's still missing. We got nobody in the classic comics. We got him on the 2003 show. So just imagine like this all black guy and the long cape. That I think that's still a missing character there. I think he would be really cool. I really like nobody. Still missing there. Yeah.
I think you'd be a great figure as well. And then for me on my side, we'll have a little bit of a 2-pack. I do notice that they do have the Turtles 3 movies, the samurai ones, but there is no Mitsu and there is no Kenshin. I think that would be a great 2-pack. And if you want, you can even add the horses because remember in the old Playmates toys, we got the horses on the side. I think that would be a great 2-pack.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's still we've got still a lot of characters from the 3rd movie. We only got the Turtles so far. So, hey, why not, as you said, Mitsu, Kenshin, Walker, Lord Norinaga, bring them all in. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think that would be great. All right, what do you got? Lucky number 7.
On number 7, I'm gonna go all in there because I have an idea for a whole new line of NECA Turtles figures. How about video game exclusive characters? You know, like from TMNT 2, the arcade game, Tora and Shogun. Just imagine then. But the two that I really want to see, once again, that could really work as a two-pack here, like two characters from Tournament Fighters, like Asuka from the Super NES Tournament Fighters, and Sisyphus, the Beetle mutant from the Sega Genesis Tournament Fighters. A two-pack of like the Tournament Fighters two-pack characters that only appeared in these two games. Hey, still, once again, I gotta say, we're still missing out on a lot of video game characters because we have a lot of characters that only appeared in the video games. So that's a whole new line there, a whole new possibilities. But I really want to see Asuka and Sisyphus there. That
Oh
would
my,
be awesome.
that would be great. I think they have a NECA one, right? And they did do the Turtles in Time set too, I believe. So that's a great idea. Do you have any of the Turtles in Time figures?
I have. I have the Turtles in Time Donatello. Yeah, I have them with the hoverboard.
Oh, very nice. I have the two-pack of Bebop and Rocksteady. I love those ones when they're in that pirate ship. That was an awesome, awesome two-pack. Great call there, my friend.
Yeah.
That would be a really cool one, especially the Turtles 2 arcade ones. Oh my gosh. So for me at lucky number 7, I have another cartoon one because I've been really obsessed with that cartoon line. Do you remember Ray? Not Ray Fillet, but it was Rebel Without a Fin, that episode?
Oh, yeah.
I think he would be a great figure. And then for one of his accessories, you don't have to give a full figure, but remember April turned into a fish?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if you just got April's like head, because I know with the new turtle they did, the evil Leonardo, he actually came with a head for the foot soldier. So I think it'd be cool just to sculpt of her head. I think that would be a fantastic toy. I love that episode too, because it was one of the ones that was on the VHS tapes too, if you recall. I had that and Splinter Vanishes. It was it's probably one of the best VHS tape combos out there for 2 episodes.
Yeah, that's so great. Yeah, Ray is also still missing. And I mean, we got like a Ray Fillet. We got a Ray Fillet action figure from the TMNT Adventures line, but no Ray. He's a completely different character. And yeah, I always liked his design. And yeah, that would be cool. I'm all there for it.
Yeah. All right. And what do you got at number 6?
There. I thought about another line that does not exist yet. Like there's some untapped potential there. We did not get anything from Neca from the Next Mutation. So how about some Next Mutation figures? I mean, you know, the stuff where you get a Venus, you get Dragon Lord with a little wig. Just that would be awesome. But you know, the number 1 character I want from this series is Bone Steel. I want a Neca Bone Steel. How cool would that? Like with all the accessories, with all the weapons, and there's so much stuff there. And okay, you can make him like a little bit gritty. You don't have to be like totally accurate to the character from the show. You could make him a little bit more gritty, like a bit with a grim face or anything. Let's go for it. Just a Bone Steel. That would be cool, I think. I mean, hey, the Next Mutation, there's still so much potential there. Like, just imagine a Venus, Neca style. I'm all there for it. But Bone Steel, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm like, shut up and take my money.
You read my mind, my friend. That is my number 6, actually, was a Venus de Milo. Just to kind of test the waters, you know. You don't have to go all in with the 4-pack of the Turtles Next Mutation. I like where your mind was headed to. Instead of going with all 4 Turtles, try these other guys out and just see if there's a demand for them, and then you can expand on that. I think a Venus de Milo figure would be excellent. And then you can have, just the accessories. She can come with the heart, and oh my God, all the accessories of Bone Steel already, because all the stuff he has, man, with all his little gadgets and guns. Oh, those are 2 just fantastic pieces. Oh, I would love it. I would love it. All right, then, my friend, we're halfway home. Coming in at number 5.
On number 5, I have, once again, a series that Neca has not touched yet is the IDW comics. And I would really love to see them doing an old Hop figure. Like, once again, I'm a big fan of Old Hop. He's one of the most interesting characters in the IDW comics, and well, this is a big world with a lot of interesting characters. But just like an Old Hop, Neca style, once again, you can give him so much accessories, so much stuff like that he had over the course of this whole series. Like maybe give him like some different outfits like that he wore, like a big trench coat that he wore, or what else? I don't know. Oh, maybe you can like remove the eye patch or something like something funny like this. I would be all there for it. Old Hop needs an action figure. Just saying that, do it. It needs to be done. He's fantastic. I love it.
Oh my gosh, yes, Old Hobbit, and he's a staple too in the IDW series because he's the one that you first pretty much pulls you in because you're first like, who is this person? Who are you? Like, what in the world? What is this character? I think he would be great. He's also in I know he's in the IDW board games. He plays a big staple in there. He's like in those which are really cool. Oh, that is a really really great idea there, Christian. I love it. I love it. So we've got for me at number 5. They do a lot of multi packs. It's time to get the gangsters out. And we want to have a 3-pack. I know there's more of them, but the 3 I would want to see in a pack are Pinky McFingers, Mad Dog McMutt, and Big Louie.
Yeah, once again, these characters are totally missing. Like, like half of the time it was like a crazy scientist or a crazy mobster guy. And as you said, these guys, they appeared in a few episodes, so we're really missing them. Yeah, you're totally right. We need some gangsters for the turtles to fight.
Yes,
absolutely.
Exactly, yeah. So give me Big Louie, Pinky McFingers, Mad Dog McMutt, and Big Louie is the number 1 priority there. So what we got in our final 4 over here, Chris? What are you packing at 4?
Alrighty. Going back to the classic cartoon, going back to Red Sky season. Once again, as I said before, Red Sky season, so much untapped potential there. And I really need a drag. I need Lord Drag there. He's really missing. He was, besides Shredder and Krang, he was the biggest villain the Turtles fought. He was the main villain in the last 2 seasons. And I really want to see him. As I said, Red Sky season, there are some characters that I would love to see, but Drag actually really needs to be done. He was such a big character, and we really should see him. And once again, you could really do something like some cool accessories there. I don't know, maybe give him a little henchman, like a little high tech or a little Hmong or anything. I don't know, but a drag. I think drag sooner or later needs to happen.
No, I agree all the way. He is on my list. We're getting him. He is on my list because we didn't have a figure of him at all as kids. Like they just, instead of making the characters from the the Red Sky series, they just kept making new turtles like Kung Fu Turtles and all these like crazy different turtles. There were marble shooters, but yeah, we never did get a Lord Drag or Carter. So they are on my list. We are getting to them. But number 4. This is one I feel it deserves a lot of love. I've seen a lot of comments on videos. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Tempestra. Tempestra, I feel, needs one. It's just such a cool episode where they go to the arcade. It's part of the VHS tape collection. She's in Shredder's Revenge. Just imagine it. And she's also in, I don't know if you've played this one yet, but she's in the Minecraft Ninja Turtle game too. There's like a DLC for a Minecraft storyline Turtles. She's in there. She is such a great character. Imagine a nice little Tempestra arcade cabinet you can have up to her. Have the turtles, like how they have these little arcades. Have the turtle figure standing there playing the Tempestra video game for some photographs. Tempestra, hopefully she comes out in 2026. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that Tempestra is not yet out there because she's really a well-known character. Like everybody remembers Tempestra, even though she only appeared like 2 episodes in the classic cartoon. But everyone remembers the episode with Leonardo and the video game. And I'm still surprised that she does not yet have an action figure. There's, as you said, there's really a demand out there. As you said, I really think she's gonna happen sooner or later. She just has to happen. She's just such a well-known character, and she recently in the TMNT Saturday Morning Adventures came back there, so she is remembered. She needs to have an action figure. She never got a classic action figure. She really deserves an action figure. So Neca, get to it.
Yeah. You got it, my friend. I hope she's coming soon. I really, really do. So, what do you got next on your list here?
Yeah, this is also. I thought of something funny there. I want a Night Watcher action figure. As remember, Night Watcher, Raphael's superhero vigilante version from the 2007 movie, and I really want like a NECA version of that. Once again, 2007 movie has not yet been touched by NECA, so once again, there are some characters in there that would be interesting. But Night Watcher, give me a Night Watcher action figure. But here's the funny part: do it with two heads, like oh, maybe even three heads. Maybe make it three heads, like one with the helmet on, and then the Raphael, and then make one, like, little spoiler there, because in the IDW comics recently it turned out that Jenica is the Night Watcher in the IDW comics, so make a third head as Jenica. The body can stay the same, but you can like change the head to make it like the Night Watcher you wanna play with, and that, I think that would be really funny, like a little callback to the movie. But nowadays we have Jenny, and I want this. This is Night Watcher for me. No, this is Night Watcher for me. You can have both. Just make three different heads, and you have them all. I think that would be a funny thing.
Oh my gosh, exactly. And just imagine his like his chain, like how he uses almost like a harpoon, like Scorpion to pull his enemies. Just imagine that accessory as a weapon. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to probably screenshot you my list here, because at number 3 I had Max Winters from the 2007 movie. I thought he would be a cool character to have if they want one day again, like you say, a Night Watcher or Max Winters. I think would be too awesome. Just test the waters for this market to see if there's a demand for these figures. I think he would be an incredible toy with all his little accessories. You can even have like a little small, if you want, like one of the monsters, that little guy. Remember in the movie, it was like one of the little monsters. He could come with them, the little redhead dude running around. Oh my god, I really would enjoy a Night Watcher figure though, because are there any Night Watcher figures out there besides? I think did they have a 2007 run? I know I had a couple of the Happy Meal toys. McDonald's was promoted in 2007, but I don't think there was a Night Watcher figure. So
Playmates did one back then, when the 2000s, like back in 2007, and it was the Night Watcher figure with his motorcycle. I actually have this one, and
nice.
you can take off like the helmet, and it's funny. I remember because on the package it says, "Who is the Night Watcher?" And when you have the action figure, you can take off the helmet and see that's Raphael, and yeah, it's really cool. And as I said, like, do it NECA style. And I would be all there for it.
I like how you say it too, NECA style, because exactly, they go above and beyond for us Turtle fans in regards to all those accessories. Now I see I have no problem paying that premium price because of all the good stuff you get, and it's almost like a good video game. A good retro video game, or any game in general, you talk about replay value. And like you said, when you set these guys free, there are just so many different poses you can do with them. Oh my gosh, yes, I would love a Night Watcher. Hey, make it a 2-pack, Night Watcher and Max Winters. Put Shellonomics and TMNT there, talk together. There we go. All right, Christian, we're coming down to our list here, because obviously we could probably talk about this for hours, but who do you have at number 2?
Number 2 is, in my opinion, a no-brainer, but once again, a line that NECA has not touched yet is the 2003 show. I know Super 7 has started doing 2003 characters, but if you ask me, and this is something that has not been done yet in this version, we need Bishop. We need Agent Bishop. He's such a big character in the 2003 show. He appeared in the IDW comics and in other versions. I love him. He's one of my favorites. And really give me a 2003 Bishop. And once again, there's so much stuff you can do with it. Like giving some accessories, like, I don't know, a little floating brain Baxter Stockman or anything. I would love it. Bishop needs to happen sooner or later in any way or any form. He's just too big to be not an action figure here.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we're doing. We're looking just for staple characters that deserve some love. We have a couple fun ones in there too, but Bishop would just be a huge piece to have. I mean, you can even do like a little bit of the fast forward because he was in there for a little bit. You can have a whole bunch of heads. He definitely has to have some sort of Baxter Stockman accessory. I agree. I think that would be really cool. So for me at number 2, yeah, it was getting hard to choose because it's like, do I want to do more? You know, I've got 2 of them are more based on the cartoon. Oh, one I did forget to mention too with that Big Louie pack. Can you imagine getting like a little grandma from the first episode with all those gangsters? Remember the grandma in the first episode with the shotgun? I think she would be just.
Yeah.
I know I would never probably personally buy her as a separate figure, but if you could throw her in as like an accessory, I think she would be an awesome, just a comedic spot to have because especially with the cartoon diorama streets. It would work so great. So I wanted to have her in there. So,
now that you mention it, I think you've played already the newest game, Tactical Takedown.
Yes, I was going to bring it up too.
She's in there.
Oh my God, yes. I did love that. I interviewed the lead developer on that game, Xavier, and I'm glad he kept that a secret for me because I was like, and she actually is a good ally too. She does damage against the enemies for no cost. Yeah, it was perfect. One small twitch in your history, scum. I love that grandma. I wish she would have been in another episode. As you've been again, maybe Saturday Morning Adventures if you're listening. Did she come back in there yet or no?
Not yet. Not as I remember.
Okay. No. Well, maybe we'll do, if I'm having a lot of fun with this list, maybe we could do a top 10 Saturday morning adventure requests next. I think that would be a fun episode to do. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's get back here. So now, cartoon ones, I was like, do I really want a Polarisoid and his little, cartoon, family? Maybe, but it didn't make the list. But here's what did. This is the one that you talked about earlier. I always liked the Red Sky episodes. I want a 2-pack of Lord Dragon Carter. That's pretty much what Red Sky means to me. Are those two a nice 2-pack? Again, just test the water, see if there's a demand for those toys. I believe you actually made it even better than I did with a little more extra spice and flavor with a Mung, or even his compadre in the other season before Mung came in. Carter can come in his mutation set, and then like you say, you can play off of this, and maybe you can get the Leonardo mutation one because again, he was although all 4 mutated, like we did on our episodes, guys. If you haven't checked those out on Spotify and YouTube, Christian and I went through a little recap of every episode, and Leonardo was the last one to keep his old mutation. So I think he would have been a great addition, like you say. And yeah, I want a Carter and I want a Lord Dreg figure, Neca, please. Here, dear Santa Neca, hear me out.
Oh, yeah, it would totally make sense. Like a Red Sky 2-pack, as you said, these are the most well-known characters from the last 2 seasons, so it would make total sense. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with you. And who do you got at number 1? Who is the one that you would just want right now? You want Neca to make an announcement coming out this is being recorded in June 18th, 2025, so coming out in July 2025. Who you want?
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah. So my number 1 is once again a 2-pack. And let's make it a universe crossover 2-pack because I want a Null 2-pack. I want a Null figure from TMNT Adventures and together with the Null, with Madame Null from the IDW comics. Like the Null crossover, universe crossover 2-pack. It would be cool. Because I really like them both. Null in the classic TMT Adventures from Archie Comics was one of my favorite characters because he was just pure evil. And we have Madame Null now in the IDW Comics, who I really like. And just these two together, I'm still surprised that Null did not yet happen because he was such a big character in the TMNT Adventures. And if the TMNT Adventures line by Neca is going well, I think sooner or later they're gonna make a Null. But just for the fun of it, like as I said, a multiverse crossover with the 2 Nulls, that would be a dream come true. I would be all there for it.
Man, that is just music to my ears. What a great number 1. So for me, coming in at number 1, like you were doing, we're freestyling here, we're having fun. We have seen so many 4-packs of the Ninja Turtles. We've seen Turtles in Disguise. We talked about the Punk Turtles. That actually got me started to get my NECA collection. The regular cartoon 4-pack. They are just releasing this year like a summer vacation Turtles 4-pack. So hear me out on this one. We talked about Hokum Hair. You probably know where I'm going now with this 4-pack. We're all getting older in age, right? Yeah, I just turned 40 last November. So what I want is a comedic 4-pack, the old Turtles in that Easter episode. Do you remember that one? Where Michelangelo's big, and I mean, imagine how cool those would be just to place up there. You've seen SNL do skits of middle-aged turtles. Those are the ones I want, because I could be wrong here, and somebody on YouTube can fact check me, but I think the episode was 2036 when they go to the future. I think it was 2036. So
yeah, I think you're right.
We are 11 years away from that. Can you imagine if we actually get those toys out before 2036? Just an old Leonardo, an old Raphael, Donatello, with the cane, and Michelangelo with the big belly, and have his false teeth like he had in the episode as an accessory. Oh, I would be all over that one. And I think a lot of fans would be too. I think that one would be hilarious.
Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but that would be so funny. I would love it. Yeah, that's great.
There's so many 4-packs out there, so why not add another one? So, Christian, this was fun, man. This was a nice breath of fresh air. We hope to have you back soon to talk more 2003. And since we just brought this up during this recording, maybe we could do a top 10 Saturday morning adventures return request down there. I think that would be great. They've had so many already, and we can dig deep in it. So before we let you go, though, friend, do you have any, I don't know if you, do you have any toy reviews on your podcast?
Yeah, nice. I'm doing like every other week I like do a little segment in my German podcast where I do like the toy of the day and like pick just one toy from the last 40 years and talk about it in detail, if I like it, what I like it, is it like character accurate and stuff like this. So yeah, I talk about toys too from time to time, because there's so many toys out there.
Yeah, and exactly. Once you start, it's like Pringles. You pop, you can't stop. So that's kind of where I am now with these. Christian.
Yeah.
So, but yes, my friend, if anybody wants to listen to some more amazing German and American podcasts, where can people find you?
Yeah, well, as always, you can find Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Talk. That's my podcast. You can find it pretty much everywhere on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, or just go over, check out tmnttalk.com. That's my website. You can find all the socials there. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or just hop on the TMNT The Talk Discord channel. I always love to have people over there and talk Turtles. It's just cool. Yeah, Turtle fans unite. Come on over.
Always. And I think you make it easier for your listeners too. It looks like a new episode comes out just about every Sunday.
Yeah, the next, as you said, we're recording this on Wednesday. The next English episode comes out on Thursday, so tomorrow, by the time we're talking, and the next German episode comes out on Sunday. So yeah, there's still a lot going on.
Oh my gosh, fantastic. All right, my friend. Well, we hope to have you back real soon, and happy toy hunting for NECA. Maybe we will be doing a podcast saying, yes, NECA heard our requests, and we're going to get a couple of those. I really hope Lord Dragon Carter come out someday. But Christian, as always, thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you soon.
It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you.